Hi, can you believe it? We are in Unit 4 of the Teaching Statistics Through Data Investigations MOOC for Educators. In this unit, we're going to be delving deeper into understanding the 4 phases of the investigative cycle. We have a collection of resources for you in the Essentials that can help you think about critical issues in posing and collecting, analyzing, and interpreting. These resources can help you consider things such as, how do you pose a good statistical question? And what types of data or measurement issues do we need to consider to collect the data to answer that good question? For analyzing and interpreting, we have resources to help you think about the different types of representations that students can make according to the types of data that they have collected. We also want to have resources that can help students consider what trends that they're noticing and what other variables or factors might be impacting those trends. We also have resources to help you think about helping students make claims that are connected strongly to the context of the data. In this unit, we have decided to use an internet resource called Census at Schools to create many of the learning opportunities for you. I'll tell you about that resource in a moment. In our expert panel video, you'll get to hear how our experts have used the Census at Schools resource. We'll also be discussing how technology has changed the way that we can engage with data. Now, in the dive into data and the investigation for this unit, you'll have a chance to get your hand on real data from the Census at School resource and then be able to consider how students who are investigating a question from the data from Census at School, how do they reason and what important issues might we learn from that if we want to use this resource in our practice? So let me take a moment and tell you about the Census at School website. Here in the United States, the Census at School website and project is hosted and maintained by the American Statistical Association. At this site, there is a 40-question survey that can be used to ask students questions about their daily lives and different characteristics about themselves. These questions naturally lead to discussions about measurement and different types of variables. Consider the following questions that appear on the survey. How long does it usually take you to travel to school? Do you have any allergies? How tall are you without your shoes on? And what is your favorite sport or activity? As you can see, these questions lead to different measurements and different types of variables. At the Census at School website, students can enter their data by completing the survey online. From there, a teacher can download the data for just their class, and this gives an opportunity for students to investigate questions that describe themselves as a class in the aggregate. You can also select a random sample of data from the U.S. as well as internationally. The international website for the Census at School project is hosted in the UK, and it includes data from students in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and the United Kingdom. There are 13 questions that are on the surveys in all of these countries that allow for data to be common and can lead to interesting comparison questions. So in the investigation, you'll have a chance to look at the survey and to think about different measurement and variable issues that would come up and the different kinds of statistical questions that you could pose that would be of interest to you and your students. You'll also have an opportunity to download some data from the website and to either use the data that we can supply for you in an online tool or use your own favorite technology tool to explore the data. With this, our intent is to give you an opportunity to explore a large multivariate data set that has many cases in it. This will give you an opportunity to think about what data looks like that might be a little bit messy. The data sources coming from students might include measurement errors, they might include typos, and also maybe some nonsensical values that were entered that don't really make sense given the context of the question. By experiencing what it's like to look through this messy data, you'll have an opportunity to think about what you would have to do to clean this data and whether or not you would choose to do this before using the data with your students, or let your students get messy with you. In this unit, we have lots of resources and materials with you. Please work at your own pace and do what makes sense for you. Remember that all the materials in the prior units remain open, as do those discussion forums. Speaking of discussions, wow, it has been engaging to think about the ways that you all are interacting with colleagues from around the world and continuing to push each other on those critical issues in teaching statistics. We love seeing that. Let's get going and let's dive into the investigative cycle.